Hey everyone, it's George Knowles with Darren James and Associates, brokered by eXp Realty. Sitting here with Chief David McDavid, City of Zachary today. Just going to ask him a few questions about the city and its growth and his time here. So, Chief, if you want to introduce yourself and tell them who you are.
I'm Chief David McDavid. I've been a police officer here in Zachary since 1984. Risen through the ranks, starting out as an officer all the way up to assistant chief until I resigned to run for chief. In 2011, November 2nd, 2011, I was elected chief. I've been chief for 11 years now, twice unopposed. In the last 8 years, I was unopposed as chief. And now I am retired from the police department after 34 and a half years and running for mayor of Zachary.
All right. So, congratulations on running for mayor. Hope you win that. I know you can want to. So, as chief for the past 11 years, I know you personally know the crime in the city. If you could elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah, we had a lot of uptick. Most of it's been at more of our retail stores where we have a lot of individuals going in and taking items out of the store. What has happened there is the threshold of a felony has risen to $1,000, to be charged for a felony now, so they can go in and get a couple of TVs, get a slap on the wrist, and they back out on the street. So we had a lot of that issue going on here at Home Depot and at Walmart, especially after the flood. We got hit pretty hard, but we kind of got a hold of that, worked with Walmart and Home Depot, and we make arrests in there and charge them and come to Zachary City Court. So we got that slowed down a little bit. We had a couple murders here and there, of course that's the uptick in drugs, that and some gangs that are coming out of Baton Rouge here in Zachary, which we were on top of that. We have every known gang member documented, and if they come here in Zachary, we look at them and see where we charge them on stuff here. So we keep abreast of them also. We also upgraded our technology with LPRs and different camera systems here, so we're able to use technology to help solve some of the crimes besides the old way of walking the beat.
Yeah. Okay, and so you living here in Zachary for over 30 years now. How have you seen the city's growth?
We moved here in 1969. This was a 2-lane highway right here in Zachary. The growth has been unbelievable. I mean, I think we're probably around 3,000 or 4,000 people back then, if not less. Now we're over 20,000. It really exploded here in Zachary when the school system took off here in 2000. And being the #1 school system, everybody wants to be part of that program. So we've seen growth. The city grows so much here, and it's kind of to a point where we got to slow down a little bit, work on a few things, look at our, maybe a moratorium or annexation, look at our UDC to, slow down the growth here because it's getting to where, we can't keep up with the infrastructure. Fire and police are, we're a little low on manpower, so that hurts us there. And just city workers too, they're low on manpower. So it's, to 24 square miles to cover, which is the radius of Zachary, it's tough when you got 4 or 5 officers on duty, and that's a lot of area to cover.
Yep. So, speaking on growth, where do you see the city in the next several years? How do you think that's going to go?
I think with the right leadership here in Zachary can slow the growth down a little bit. I think everybody's on board with smart growth, and we got to look at our UDCs and our ordinances here to try to regulate some of that. And I think we got some land left here that can be, bought or hopefully we can do economic development in these areas, not neighborhoods. We got enough neighborhoods right now. Well, we've got a lot of houses up for sale. What bothers me is a lot of times you have investors come in from out of state and they buy in here and they hold on to this property and then, they sell it or they rent it out to whoever. Just like the colleges over here behind Lane was supposed to be more of an elderly neighborhood, and when they didn't sell all of them, they became Section 8 in different areas, and you got elderly people stuck in there with young kids and young teenagers running around there at all times of nights, and it's not fair to them. So we need to make sure we regulate that, watch that very closely. We have an apartment complex around here that was sold the other day for $31.2 million, I think, behind Lane, which is a nice program that they don't, they have a good program where if they don't pay their rent, don't do the right things, they evict them, which they evict them very quickly because we handle that through our department here as a deputy marshal for the court, so we handle all the evictions. But I think Zachary, like I say, we can handle the growth. We just got to get ahead of the game. We might slow down with maybe a moratorium only on housing.
Yep. So I listened to a podcast last night actually that you did here in town, and I heard you mention wanting to do something for the special needs kids in the city, and I actually have a son with Down syndrome, so that kind of touched me personally that you're wanting to do that for the city.
Yeah, there's so much we can do. You know, as special needs kid, I have a nephew who's bad in a basketball wreck. Of course, he's 28 years old and he's unable to take care of himself. And you know, I watched him play in the Miracle League down in you know, at Baton Rouge, softball and baseball. And the kids, the excitement there that they got because they were part of something, really touched my heart. And you got so many programs here, including at the high school, where Jamie Bird, who's over our special needs kids at the high school, and she does so much for them. She brings them to business, learns, you know, how to work, you know, proms. They just had a swimming academy for a lot of special needs kids here. And there's things we can do here. Build a miracle park in Gonzales. They have a miracle park. It's funded by the Major League Baseball. We have to go after these things. You know, they want to be part of the program, not only the kids, but also the adults who have autistic or maybe have other things that's going on in their lives. They want to be part of society too, and that's what it really touches me. I want them, just along with disabled veterans. I like to have them in a neighborhood where they come home, live in peace, relax, you know, and not have to worry about, you know, things that go through their life. You know, when they serve our country, and I love to get back to them. I think it's awesome.
So I guess our last question will be, why Zachary? Should a family move here and raise their family here?
Watching Zachary grow through the years and watch so many people come together to make Zachary. When we wanted to go to our independent school system, everybody in Zachary, black and white, came together. I think they had 8 to 10 people went to Washington, D.C., got with the Justice Department and say, this is what we want in Zachary. We want an independent school district, and it's taken off from there. #1 school district, #1 fire department, low crime here. I think we've been recognized several times throughout the last couple of years of being on the top 10 list of Louisiana low crime areas in the state of Louisiana. So that is awesome. But people come together. When people need something, or they have a house fire or a hurricane hits, people in Zachary come together and we make it happen, and we help the other areas. And I think that's awesome. And but being here since '69, I've watched it grow. I watched it thrive. I've seen the bad stuff. But I think we have a lot of good days ahead of here in Zachary. And I love people moving here. We've got a great school system, and it's awesome.
Yep. Well, like I said, congratulations on the Mayoral run, and good luck on that, and hopefully it works out for you.
We're going to work hard, that's for sure.